Hey, this is a video response to Unrepentant Man's video response to Violet Kitty's video, and I didn't know that I could video response to a video response, so thank you, Unrepentant Man, for teaching me something new. Unrepentant Man, you asked a question in your response about why Christians feel the need to defend God. Now, the answer could differ depending on what you mean by defend and what you mean by God. And it also differs from individual to individual, but I'm guessing that defend God equals defend the idea of Christianity altogether along with the Christian God. Now, logically speaking, God does have his own plan, but we also have free will. We are free to defend him if we wish, regardless of whether he needs it or not, because people are driven by their feelings to act. You are driven by curiosity to ask your question in your response. And you said yourself that you understand the feeling for the need. Well, people are driven by their feelings. People act on their feelings. That's why people are driven, logically speaking, to defend God. Illogically speaking, some people simply go crazy. Think it is a sort of innate flame that people have when they perceive an injustice or some wrong in the guise of right. You were once fueled by this fire. You had a passion for your fundamentalist beliefs, so much indeed that you made music about it, and you led younger Christians in the faith. It's a natural thing. It's a natural fire, and I think it is something that not just Christians but every human being has in their hearts. When they believe something and they champion a cause, they feel that something is truly right, they have a way of sort of wanting to go for it, sort of wanting to drive away the things that are against it. There are also some people that are crazy. These are the kind of people that attack others for their faiths and are hypocritical, like many Christians are. You know, Gandhi said once, famously, that the reason he wasn't a Christian, although he liked Jesus Christ and everything, was because the Christians themselves were so hypocritical and so unlikable. There are people that say things like, hey, I believe in the resurrection of some guy that lived and died 2,000 years ago, but you're weird because you think that people can die and be born again as cockroaches. And I give your religion the finger. That's utter stupidity. And on behalf of all Christians right now, I apologize for that kind of idiocy. That's two instances, two different cases of the ways that people might feel the need. Now, if I were to discuss the reason that I feel the need to defend Christianity every time such an issue comes up, well, I may have other reasons, but you who were once in the faith, you who once dwelled with Christ, you know that one of the main themes flowing through the basic core of Christianity is agape. I don't know how you pronounce that in English, but it's agape. Unconditional love. I know it differs from denomination to denomination. I don't know how your church saw it. But this is the way I see it. The defense is born of the sheer love for the brethren, out of a desire to share the love, to connect and to understand through this sharing, through this love. It's the same reason missionaries go out to countries in the middle of nowhere, get eaten by cannibals, and killed and martyred. It's the very same reason that, I guess, at least partially, drives me to respond to your video response question right now. Yeah. Now, I'm certainly not a fundamentalist anything. I am who I am, and I believe what I believe. Loose labels for me might be Christian, female, human, Korean, but those are just labels. And now, I don't know if the fundamentalists are very different from other denominations, and frankly, I'm not even sure what denomination my church is, because I really don't take that kind of stuff into consideration. Well, I remember that when I thought of leaving the belief system, as you call it, I noticed that in your comments you said that once you left the belief system, you found yourself no longer needing to defend your beliefs. Well, I think that's different for everybody, because I remember that when I thought of leaving the belief system, I began, on the contrary, needing to defend my doubts. Now, you see, that doubting is just another way of believing. It's just that you're believing that something is not true. Either way, you have chosen a belief. That is your belief. But I won't say that I don't care what you believe in. That would go against my belief. And to be very honest with you, although I will not force you to espouse my beliefs, by that I mean that I will not run at you with a sword and say, believe what I believe in, or I will run you through with this. It does mean, however, that I will try to convince, and I will try to persuade those whom I can to share my beliefs, to share some, at least, of my core beliefs. I'm not asking for people to become a carbon copy of me. I'm not asking for people to turn into pastors overnight. I'm merely asking that people realize and know that there can be a sort of love that is all-accepting, all-encompassing, never tiring. I might follow up on this. I don't know. I didn't even imagine that my first video on YouTube would be a defense for Christianity. But it has turned into something like that, hasn't it? I think that's all. Bye. For now.